Hello again. In a previous lecture, you have known about the problem solution essay, the full structure of it. In this lecture, we are going to discuss one body paragraph of the essay. Of course, you know that a body paragraph from a problem solution essay contains one solution for the problem. We're going to read one body paragraph, discuss the body paragraph, and analyze the steps that this body paragraph consists of. So let's start. In order to develop a proper solution for your problem, you have 3 steps. First, you have to define to the reader the solution that you're going to discuss. Next, you have to state the advantages and give evidence for this advantages. Of course, stating the advantages and giving evidences are done through sources. So, how about we do this exercise together? In the following slide, you're going to find a checklist with the steps that you need to write a solution paragraph. Take a screenshot of this checklist or write it in a paper and then read the paragraph in the next slide after pausing the video, and then we will analyze together using this checklist the body paragraph that we have. So, the checklist contains first indentation. What is indentation? Indentation is a space that you leave at the beginning of each paragraph in order to differentiate this paragraph from the previous one. Notice I've said that you should leave this space in each paragraph, not only in the body paragraphs. The next step is the topic sentence. The topic sentence is the first sentence of each body paragraph. It contains the main idea of the paragraph. Each topic sentence should contain one main idea that you're going to discuss and develop throughout the paragraph. Of course, in this body paragraph, you have a solution that you're going to discuss. Next, the evidence. The evidence are the parts that you have used from the sources that you have extracted in order to use in your essay. So, they contain support or proof for the topic sentence. We use the parts that we have extracted from the sources by quoting them, or paraphrasing them, or summarizing them. The parts that you have extracted should be informative. They should develop your main idea, not just any random parts. Next, you have analysis. Analysis are the personal comments that you wrote in order to explain, analyze, make an inference, or give an example for the evidences that you have extracted from the source. Again, they should be informative, they should relate to the evidences and not just any random comment. After this, you have the concluding sentence. The concluding sentence is the last sentence of the paragraph, and you can write in it a summary of a paragraph, this paragraph. Transition to the next paragraph, you could introduce the next solution, or you could provide a comment for the paragraph. And then you have the next step, which is transition words. Transition words provide an order to your paragraph. Correct grammar and language, we're going to talk about this. And the in-text citation. The in-text citation in its simplest form is a bracket that contains the last name of the author and the year. Or you could use the last name of the author, put the year in a bracket, and then use one of the verbs which we call the action verbs, like said or argued or claimed. This is the checklist. This is the body paragraph that we have. I want you to pause the video, read the paragraph, and then we will start. So, ready to start this exercise? Let's go. So let's start together. Firstly, Tissue engineering is an alternative to animal testing, for it uses a 3D skin equivalent that is physiologically comparable to skin. This is the topic sentence that the author used in order to define or start his body paragraph. He chose to define at the beginning of the paragraph what is the solution. The solution that he is going to talk about is tissue engineering, and it is defined as a 3D skin that is similar to the human skin. So this is how you define your solution and put it at the beginning of your body paragraph. Next, he's going to use one source in order to develop the solution that he mentioned. He uses here according to, which is a lead-in phrase. Murching et al. 2008. Notice here the use of et al. Et al. Is a Latin word that means and his colleagues, which means that this source contains 6 or more authors. When you have a source that is written by 6 or more authors, you use the word et al. It investigates wound healing melanoma research, infection biology, analysis of infection, invasion of different pathological microorganisms, and immunological, histological, and molecular biological analysis. Here, the author gave me the different fields that tissue engineering could be used in. After finishing his first source, he wrote a comment. His comment says, implementing this solution may ensure treatments that are more suitable for human skill. Notice here that his comment adds to the usage of the first source. He is saying that if human beings started using tissue engineering instead of animal testing in these following fields, it is going to be more suitable for the human skin. It is going to be more beneficial for humans than animal testing. And this is how you make your comment informative rather than any random comment. You should add to the usage of your source. Next, he used in addition, which is a transition words, which means that the following sentences are going to add to the previous ones. So they are the same and they're going to add new information. Even though animals are subjects for vaccine success for human diseases, some researchers have begun to rely only on human data, cells, and tissues. He presented an example for the usage of animal testing, which is vaccines. But he also said that researchers have begun to use only human data, cells, and tissue in order to experiment vaccines that human beings use. And then he added, using in fact, which is another transition words, researchers have set up surrogate in vitro human immune system to help predict an individual's immune response to certain drugs and vaccines. Here, he also added another example, which is the usage of the in vitro human immune system. In vitro means using a part of the human body, however, it is outside of the human body. For example, it is put in a test tube and scientists experiment on it outside of the human body, which means that the whole body is not going to be in danger. So he's giving us here another example of an in vitro human immune system which scientists use in order to test drugs and vaccines. He then continues, this test has been compared with data from animal experimentation and has proven to produce more accurate preclinical data. He presents us with a sentence that proves the success of this experiment, saying that the two procedures has been compared together and it shows that the one using the in vitro human immune system has shown more success than the ones with the animal experimentations. And this is by Ferdowsian and Beck, 2008. 11. Notice the different usage of the in-text citation. Here, the author wrote the source at the end of his usage, his paraphrasing here or summarizing of the source. So he put the authors and the year in one bracket. If you're going to follow the first style, you're going to mention the source at the beginning of your usage, you should only put the year in the bracket. At the end of the paragraph, he said, based on the above pieces of evidence, alternative ways to test treatments are possible and could even be better, which makes testing on animals avoidable. Here he ended the paragraph with a comment that shows that animal testing right now is not preferable when it comes to testing vaccines or when it comes to testing drugs that the scientists want to test. They now chose to test these vaccines or drugs directly on humans. And this is how he chose to end his paragraph. Now, if we want to check out the criteria that we have in our checklist, you're going to find that the author here wrote a clear topic sentence with a definition for his solution. So this is the first step that he succeeded in. Next, he used evidences from two sources. The first one is Merching et al. 2008. The second one is Ferdowsian and Beck 2011. And you can notice that he either summarized or paraphrased both. Next, he analyzed, wrote his own comments. This is the first one. This is the second one. And he wrote the in-text citation for both sources using different styles, which of course you are encouraged to do. The next step that he followed is using transition words. He used in addition, which connected both sources, and in fact, in order to present a new fact or an example. And this is how he used his transition words. Transition words are very, very important because they give an order not only to your paragraph here and here, but also to your essay. Notice the usage of the word firstly, which means that this is the first body paragraph of his essay. Next, he used correct grammar and language. If you notice here, the verbs that the author used are simple verbs like have, set, proven, compare, predict. He used also investigates. These are simple verbs, and you have the subjects before them directly. The simplest rule that you should follow in order to write your paragraph is writing short, simple sentences. This will make the error percentage much, much smaller. The rule for writing a simple short sentence is to write the subject and the verb close to each other, and then reading the sentence to find out if it has a complete meaning. If you achieved these 3 steps, then this is a correct, simple, and short sentence. This is our checklist. He has a topic sentence, transition words, lead-in phrases, student's voice, which is the comments, in-text citations, concluding sentence, and by using in-text citations with lead-in phrases, we know that he used several sources in his paragraph. I hope this helped clear a bit the solution paragraph in the problem solution essay. Thank you so much and stay safe.